We here at JATF Productions are not sponsored by Fortnite or any of the other games we will be mentioning in this podcast. If you would like to game with us, let us know in the Fumbling 4 Network Discord. This podcast may talk about items and updates that have already passed, depending on when the episode was released. Please enjoy the rest of the show. Fortnite Radio. Fortnite Radio. Fortnite Radio. Fortnite Radio.
Welcome back to the Fortnite Radio Show. I am your host, Samurai.
And Helena.
And Helena's here. Yay, my co-host.
Yay.
Whoop, whoop. Who doesn't think she's a co-host, but she is. I done stole her.
Yes.
Yes. So, today we're going to talk about one of the aspects of Fortnite we've been talking about and kind of been diving into. It is the Lego aspect of Fortnite. We've kind of discussed it a little bit, talked about it a little bit, but we're going to go over it again because we're deep diving more into Odyssey. When I mean deep dive, I mean just horsing around. Yay!
Mostly because of me.
Yes. Because lovely Helena over here is a builder.
Yay.
I don't know why we're not rich, like filthy rich, because you should have been an architect or something. Because the monuments you built are amazing. So that's in Grounded, that's in the Lego stuff, that's in everything. Any game that you can just like build stuff, you're like, I'm gonna create monuments, and that's what you do.
Yes.
Yes. So, we've been playing Lego Odyssey and the sandbox version, right?
Yes.
They're kind of like the custom version where like you can still get hurt, you can still travel, and
You can still die.
right, you can still die, but just you don't need any materials at all to build. Everything's pretty much there for you. Spawned animals, weapons, anything you pretty much have in your Lego set pack. Which I wanted to ask you. No, you have lightsabers too, right?
Yes.
So you have all the weapons, you have all the stuff, but what we end up finding out is you don't have all the builds.
No.
I fortunately do because of the battle pass.
Yes.
So every time I would rank up in the battle pass, that's also, the crew pass gives you the battle pass, the Lego pass, the music pass, all the passes, versus just buying them each and individually. So when I would level up with the crew pass, I would get also Lego stuff. Still getting Lego stuff. And you're starting to get Lego stuff too now.
I only have a little bit.
Right. So I think without the passes, people...
You only get select things. You don't get access to all of them.
Right. So again, you have more of the like in-home stuff, like the decorative stuff.
You only have a couple things.
Right.
Compared to what you have.
Right. Because I actually have like the builds, like the shops, the Star Wars bases, the Supernova Academy, all that stuff where you just have like the decor, the beds, the pictures, the tables. That's pretty much what you end up getting and earning, apparently, because as you level up, you earn those stuff. But having said all that, we did try Expedition a little bit. Mm-hmm. What was your take on it?
Not a big fan. My main gripe is the fact that when we're in it, again, I understand it's Fortnite because we've played Battle Royale and Blitz. We've played a couple other games where we're playing against other people.
Right.
Understandable. Or we're playing with other people.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's like other games like Elden Scrolls or what was the one I tried to play?
Yeah, Elden Scrolls. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I it's too many people in one little area versus like Fortnite. I understand there is a shiza amount of people.
Sugar Honey, I see.
Yes, that one. So I understand we are playing live against other people.
Right. But also, too, so Elden Scrolls Online has the players come in. If you just play the regular Elden Scrolls games like Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, you're by yourself. You're in this open world by yourself. Which is, I probably should have directed you towards those first.
Yeah.
Versus the online one, they're just, people there.
Right.
Which is kind of what was Expedition for the Lego one.
Right.
That's kind of how it was.
Yeah, it was like there's a bunch of people around. And then once we went into a mission or a challenge, I don't remember what they have it called.
I think it was a mission, yeah.
Yeah. We're in there with a couple other people because it was you and me, and then I think two other
others,
people.
Yeah.
We're fighting the bad guys, and we're like, cool, we're gonna go off to fight the boss now because we just were headed that way.
Right.
And all of a sudden it said boss was defeated. And I'm like, you and I didn't even get the chance.
Yeah,
so I kind of wish
what he looked like or
right.
anything.
So I kind of wish that we had the option to kind of play it if it's your team, your select team,
right.
whoever you're going
your
in
party
with,
or your squad,
your party.
Yeah.
You could only play with just them.
Right.
Unless it was the case where oh hey, you have 3 people but you need 4.
Right.
Or
then someone else gets added in.
Right. Where it's like that, where it's considered a squad, not just a duo.
Right.
But it was only you and me, so technically we're only considered a duo. We could have easily defeated the guy like that. Right. You and me.
Right, because again, those two obviously did it by themselves.
Right.
So, and I do know too, with Expedition, from the way it looks like, we had to pick our class, essentially, our role. Mm-hmm. There was Rifter, there was the one you picked, which was
don't remember what it was called.
Something with ravens, I think, right? Or something?
I think so. Essentially, it was it very much reminded me of a mage.
Okay.
A mage role.
Right.
Where I have magic. There's I am doing stuff like that. I can fly.
Right. But also too, with each different role, they had different weapons. I had dual pistols, and then I had a hammer thing, and then you had other stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have daggers? I thought you had daggers.
No, I had a sword, and then at one point I ended up getting guns, but I found those.
Okay.
And it let me pick those up. I was
right.
okay, cool.
Because essentially that's what you can also do in Fortnite too. Even though you can essentially start off with guns in Blitz. You start off with guns, but then you find guns throughout the map.
Right.
But actually, Expedition for the Legos Fortnite is very much RPG based, very mission based. It's far different from Odyssey, where you're just exploring, you're doing different tasks. Because again, even though we really didn't do much of them, because again, the Odyssey we're playing is a sandbox. We can just do whatever we want. We just run around.
And that's because I started it like that.
Right.
And then you just kind of lumped into it.
Right.
You were like, cool, I want to play with you.
But I know when we first started Odyssey, we were just doing the normal mode where we go through the motions, we meet the people, we do the tutorial. Where we had to. Right.
And then you had to find things. You had to, when it got dark, you had to go near the fire because it got cold and you could freeze to death essentially.
Right.
Your survival, you could die, and then you'd have to respawn and start over.
Right.
But, yeah, and then I found the sandbox. I was like, oh, cool, because I do that with other games, too, where I just do sandbox mode. So I can kind of play by myself without... And essentially, I just want to build.
Right.
I should really kind of dive maybe into, Minecraft or something, because I know that's, survival, and you can build in it.
But it's less survival than you actually think, because you don't really do anything to upkeep with your health or anything like that. Minecraft is pretty much essentially that you just build, you're crafting things, but it's survival in a way of gathering materials to progress in the game.
Right.
Very much like Subnautica, which I still want you to play. You're pretty much trapped in this ocean of.
I want to play Ark with you because I heard that's a nice survival game.
Yes, survival game is definitely Ark is one of the good survival games. You literally start. I played it once. Started with nothing, and I was you're nothing. Mm-hmm. You just pretty much got a leaf or a cloth thing, and then you got to make clothes and stuff like that. And but it's better when you have people because you can help. Literally, I was punching trees. I had no weapons, punching trees to break them down to get stuff. But Ark was pretty good. Boring by yourself, but I do know with the Lego Odyssey, you do go in by yourself or with a squad. You're not with a ton of people. You're not in a room of just like you and like other people. Versus like once we went into expeditions, and we went into like I guess the lobby area,
the academy.
It was just a flood of people. And me and you started on like opposite sides of that little like lobby area. And you're like, where are you? Like, where are you? And we just see like a sea
and
of
also
people.
too, I couldn't see where you were.
Right, until we actually like got into each other's face. We're like, oh, okay, that's you. But like when I clicked on the map, I was able to see where you were on the map, and then like 400 other people there too, just running around and whatever. But I know that's also why you didn't like Fortnite Lego's I guess City Life. You call it? Yeah, you or Lego Life or City Life or whatever it's called. Tell me, I know we kind of spoke on it, but tell me more like the differences between the three of them: Expedition, Odyssey, and Life. Like which one? It essentially rank worst to from like worst to like best.
Okay. Well, I think I need to kind of dive. I might try it again, the Life one, but I feel like you and I were like, oh hey, this is where I want to like explore, and then I picked like because you have to pick a job, you have to like go through the motions of like living there. You have to get a job, you have to have a home, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
I felt like it just didn't have a direction on like, cool, here's a job. Technically, you only just have to show up and that's it. Like, it wasn't, hey, you have to do X, Y, and Z tasks.
Right.
If that's the case, I would have rathered that.
Right.
Hey, you have to pick this up and take this to this table. You have to take this here. You have to, if you're, whatever the case may be, the job you pick.
Right.
That's fine. I don't remember. I know I remember picking a house, but I don't remember if it had stuff in it. If I was able to, like, if I had everything and I was able to. No, I think I had to purchase stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I had to purchase things. I think I might want to try it again. I might try it by myself though.
Because the difference, even though we both dived into it at the same, like we were in the squad on Fortnite, we did it. You had a house. I had an apartment. I had this little studio, and I'm like, hello, and it was empty.
I had a huge house.
Right. But again, having the bundle packs I have for Legos, I probably could have been like, oh, I already have this stuff. Versus I know like you didn't have a lot of things, which we may have to dive into that to see like if what we earn through the battle passes, through like gaming, can we bring those into like City Life? Because I know we can bring them in Odyssey. Expedition don't really need them because you're fighting stuff.
Right. I will say my original list would have been I prefer Odyssey because I can just go around. I could fight things.
Right. And we can fly in Sandbox at least.
Right. Supposedly, according to Ethan, we can fly also in the regular one. I don't know.
Maybe there's something to like enable that, or like
maybe I don't.
As you progress, you're able to get that ability somehow, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
Take it, baby.
Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to be on.
I can edit that outside.
But I will say, so Odyssey is the top for me out of the 3, and then it was, I would say, like Expedition, then City Life.
Interesting.
Because I didn't like it.
Right.
But I think I want to dive back in because I'm thinking it'll probably be the other way around. It's going to be Odyssey, then City Life, then Expedition. Well, I think they're going to change.
I know, like, with City Life,
we only did it for a little bit, though.
Right.
We did it for the tiniest.
But I know, like,
for like 10 minutes.
It was just so off-putting for you. Also, too, like, there's a lot of people in City Life. And it's just, like, it's chaotic. Because, again, I'm driving my car, someone's crashing into me either on purpose or just whatever. And people are jumping on my car and stuff like that. And you're like, ooh, I don't, like... It's just a cluster of just mayhem while you're trying to, like, do City Life stuff. Like, it's not... But it's also, too, it reminds me of the Lego movie, how it was just like everyone was just chaotic doing things, whatever. It was more structured because it was like these Lego people have like a life or whatever. But like this is an online aspect, and I can kind of see it being like an MMO, which is mass multiplayer online. So like people are just doing crazy things. People are just doing whatever. But I know, which is becoming bigger now. Before, I don't think it was that big. There was gameplay styles called roleplay, which I know it's like, oh, well, like that's RPG, role-playing games. But essentially, this is becoming a different kind of roleplay where like you're say if Aiden or Ethan were playing, now they can't get a job, they can't drive a car, they can't, it's very that, and it's people are now role-playing in the aspect of like, hey, I'm just gonna mess around and have fun with my friends and like go out and party and like do all that stuff and get this job, and like I'm gonna quit this job and then get that job. And it's very much more, when they say role play games, it's like hangout, because I know there's a lot of avatar based games. And when I say avatar, kind of like I know
not the blue people.
No, not the blue people, or not Airbender. Avatars is for like your persona online, your character.
Right.
I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it was popular when I was growing up, and just me being on the nerd aspect of stuff.
Say we're right around the same age.
I am VU. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was yes. It was essentially a game.
I've never played it, but
I played it for a little bit. You build a character and you talk to people. That's all you did. You chat. You had emotes. There was literally no like missions you went on. There was no tasks to complete. Literally create a character. Maybe there were things you did to like get different outfits, and so that's essentially what I kind of see City Life being. It's a role play game where like there's no real objective to it. Yeah, you can have like a game, you can have a job, you can have like this, you can drive vehicles around, but essentially there's no real goal unless there is. But I think it's just kind of like going through the motion. So it's more of a, hey, let's just hang, kind of like very similar to like Roblox, very similar to like that kind of feel where like you're just doing things. Because I know Roblox is a very much, hey, we're just gonna like hang out, we're just gonna chill, we're just gonna do these things. But also too, I know in Roblox has other aspects where like you're actually playing games. Like again, your daughter's coming like, hey, I can't beat this level, or I can't do this, where they're just kind of like doing climbs like we do in Fortnite. Essentially, there's stuff like that for Roblox. Apparently, there's also like anime games where you're Naruto, you're this and that and whatever. So there's stuff like that on Roblox. But like, I think this is like the Lego's City Life is very similar to like, hey, we're just gonna hang out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, that may not be for everyone, which is why you're kind of like, ooh, like off-putting. But it's also the same thing of like, you're just getting people from all over the world, or at least the United States or wherever, in this like one server, like in this one place, and it's become overbearing. Again, we need to explore more of this world, of the city life.
Play it again
right. And just to get a better feel, and then we'll touch on it again. But I do know it's very much that. That's what I got the feeling of. Because again, me and you started in two different places.
Right.
You had a house. I was in the city with an apartment, and I'm like, and as soon as I came out of my apartment, there was just people, and I'm like, baby, is that you? Baby, is that you? Baby, is that you? And you're like, and then when you looked on the map, you're like, you're nowhere near me, and I'm like, oh, you're all the way over there.
Right. Yeah, I had a whole house.
Yeah.
I had a yard and everything.
Yeah, I just had a studio. So, but
buying us a home, baby.
Yeah, and I was in the studio. But yeah, I think
you got a secret apartment now, huh?
Yeah, I don't know for what. Oh, my studio for my work.
There you go.
For the podcast and things, and it'd be like it's like a radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah, just recording stuff there, I guess. But yeah. Recording these podcasts in Lego words, Lego City Life. But I do agree, Odyssey is fun, because in Odyssey, even though it is a sandbox version, there's still tasks that we can do.
Right, you can choose to do them.
Right. Except,
hey, build this thing. Hey, do that here. Even if we don't need to necessarily get the supplies for it, it's still like up there as a task you could do. Right.
And then when we make, if we want to, like when we build our homes, we can put that town statue or that city. What is it? That town?
Town square.
Right, the town square, which invites people, and there's people who just run around your lot, whatever. But it also prompts characters with tasks to do. Like, we have the guy with the sunglasses, like, hey, do this, and we end up doing it. And then that was pretty much it. Mm-hmm. And then it was kind of like other stuff. And he's like, oh, defeat these archers. And I'm like, well, where are they? So it kind of like there's stuff for us to do as far as, like, missions and tasks and Odyssey and stuff like that. Bad guys that can kill us, obviously, because we ran into those. So, even though we can kind of do what we want, essentially, it's still fun as far as, like, hey, there's still, like, tasks to do and stuff. So,
right.
But yeah, I enjoy it. I would have to agree that Odyssey would definitely be on top of the three, like, so far. The one thing I don't like, because it messes with me as far as, like, tasks to do in Odyssey, is it keeps pushing to do the expedition. Mm-hmm. But it didn't say expedition. It was like, oh, just go to the Supernova Academy. And, like,
right.
Where was it? And we're like, oh, it could be here, it could be here. And we couldn't find it anywhere on the map.
Right. Until,
like, I kept looking at the bus station to get on the battle bus. And it kept saying, go to the expedition part of, like, the game. Mm-hmm. But it's still two separate games, though.
Right.
Because you don't even go in as, like, the character you selected. You're just taking on the character of this role. This
right.
Whatever class you pick, that's what character you become. Essentially. So it's like, yeah, you're going in with the Fortnite Lego people, but, like, now it's totally different from Odyssey and has nothing to do with Odyssey whatsoever.
Right.
I can see if it was, like, in a different part of the Odyssey map, but it wasn't. It takes you again, it's a completely different game.
Right.
Altogether. So I don't like how Odyssey pushes you to do that versus, like,
it might be different though when you're not playing sandbox version.
If it is part of, I guess, like, advancing Odyssey, I can see where, like, Expedition would come in. Kind of like once I guess you're done with this initial story mode of Odyssey, hey, this is what happens next. This is, like, the next thing for Odyssey is Expedition, which is fine. But again, it's not even, like, the same concept. It's like you're not building anything. You're just literally going and, like, playing the game. Like, you're fighting. You're using the weapons you have, whatever. Still looting. Still gathering different weapons and stuff. But it's completely different from Odyssey. And I don't know. That could possibly, like, deter people off from, like, Expedition in general. I mean, especially like the difference is, like, we build. Or you build in Odyssey and you have fun with that versus, like, hey, do this task where it's going to take you away from a game and put you in another one. Like, I kind of think that's a weird push for the game itself versus like, I can see if again, we don't know the story mode. If the story mode is, like, attached to it,
right,
then fine. But, like, I feel like it's just such a different game. I can't see how it would be. But I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to add before we get into the middle of the show?
No, I definitely just want to I think try to play Lego Life just to see. I'll try it again, see if to see if maybe I like it.
Right.
We played it, what, not even a total of 10 minutes?
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Yeah. But also, too, I'm also curious to see, like, now that we know we can implement, like, the things we get from the Lego stuff.
I don't know. We have to see.
Right. So now to see if we can actually add those into... Because, again, I was like, what do I do in this blank studio? I was like, I got nothing. I was like, I didn't think I had anything. But I would hope that would be a thing. Because much like we end up finding out that those cars and stuff you get in the item shop are not specifically for the Rocket League version of Fortnite, but essentially that's
you can use them.
Right. You can use them, and that makes it, like, it makes people want it more because, again, Fortnite is growing and it's becoming more than just a drop-in game like all the other games out there. Like Apex is just a drop-in game, PUBG, all these other ones that are just drop-in. They may have little aspects, but, like, Fortnite is expanding so much where it's like, hey, we're doing so much more than just that. Like, people can play Fortnite and not just focus on the drop-in aspect of it. And again, there's like no builds. There's the Blitz, where it's just a quick and easy thing. And then, of course, like, again, there was like the Squid Game one that we played, where it's like, hey, you're kind of like going through the motions of Squid Game. So Fortnite.
There's another one I want to play.
Ooh, which one?
It's a Squid Game one, but instead of, I don't think it's like where the one we played where it's like I was the guard and you were the contestant or whatever.
Right.
And I had to find you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that. This one I think is we're all
Contestants. Ooh.
But there's more games
To play. To survive.
So yeah. So it's like the jump rope
right.
one. There's like the glass bridge. There's like a bunch of other ones that you need to survive.
Right. So it's more like it's the actual Squid Games.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to try it.
So we're going to take a little break. So we'll be right back after these commercials.
Looking for an energy drink that keeps you awake? Well, W Energy has you covered. No jitters, no crashes, and you can even purchase merch to go with your energy powder, like shirts, mugs, steel mugs, duffel bags, shakers, and much more. Take a sip of your favorite drink while sporting some anime mugs they have to offer. Use our promo code S4NIGHT to get a discount on all purchases. That's S4NITE. Don't deprive your drive to energize. Get W Energy Powder now. Gammy's Baked Goods. They're not just cookies, but love poured into cupcakes, cakes, and yes, delicious cookies. They have many flavors that change weekly. You'll find one that tickles your taste buds. Order them on Facebook.com/Gammy's Baked Goods. That's GAMMY_S Baked Goods.
And we're back, and this is the end of the show, where we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to pretty much go over, because this is not just a Fortnite podcast, even though it kind of is, but we're gamers of many kinds, and we talk about different games and other games that we are getting involved in, different games we want to get involved in, because again, Fortnite is pretty much a game that involves a lot of different aspects of other games as well, and other media like anime and TV shows. So why not make this more appealing by adding the games we are also into? For example, the new game you've been playing, my love, is
Call of Cthulhu.
Ooh, and who put you onto that?
You did.
I did.
But you've never played it.
No, I wanted to. I kept my eye on it for a while. When it first came out, I was like, ooh, this is something I want to play. Obviously, when games come out, they are way too expensive for my taste. Depends.
It was actually on sale when we bought it.
Right, I remember. But I do know that Call of Cthulhu is also a tabletop RPG that a lot of tabletop RPGers do. A lot of Dungeon and Dragon people that play. Call of Cthulhu is pretty much one of them. It's a big one, from my understanding, and it's one of the cooler, in my opinion, RPG ones, the tabletop RPGs, just because it's scary.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah. So when you get a good DM that's like going through the stories and and if you get a good DM that's just playing the game well. And getting the characters involved in the horror that goes on, it gets pretty intense. It's pretty awesome. Again, hats off to Aaron and his team. They do a Call of Cthulhu one. They do a couple of variations. I know they did one, the Oriental Express, and then they did their own one. Very creepy, very scary. And the stuff they came up with was pretty awesome too. So before I actually got reintroduced into Call of Cthulhu through the Family 4 network, I saw the game and I was like, ooh, I'm interested in that. And then when I saw the Family 4 had their own like stuff on it, I was even more intrigued. And I know you like things of horror and stuff,
Me
and
too. I like
so
stuff.
but what do you think of it so far?
Well, this would be the fourth time I've played it? The first time I played it, the very beginning, it is a lot of dialogue. And I'm like,
very story driven.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. Just get to the weird stuff.
Get to the scary, spooky stuff.
And then I was like, you know what? I'll dive back in. I see it sitting in you know,
Mhm.
the Xbox and stuff. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to dive back in. So I got back into it. I was like, all right, things are happening now,
Mhm.
you know. And then,
Yeah, squid people.
yeah. Well, now, then, like, I played it for a little bit, and I was like, okay. Then we went and did something else. And then,
Right.
played it a little bit yesterday, and then a little bit more today. I like it.
Yeah.
It is very creepy, and I do like. I want to know if like what's gonna happen if they catch me.
Mhm.
If like, hey, they caught you, but like, all right, starts over and like from your last saved and like
Right.
try to find another way out or something. Or
if it changes the game completely,
if
like
it changes the outcome.
right.
Like, hey, no, now they'll put you somewhere else. I'm currently in the asylum, so I have to find a way out.
Right.
And I can't rely on the lady that was in there being like, hey, follow me, I'll get you out. Because now they were like, no, get out of here to her. And she's like, dang it, like, I can't help you now.
Right.
And I'm also like, dang it, I need help getting out of here. And there's
Right.
guards everywhere. But yeah, so I'm kind of liking it.
So, this game, Call of Cthulhu, is very different from the games you've kind of been sticking to. Again, you are not so much a fanatic, but you've been on Assassin's Creed for a bit.
Yes.
You did Hogwarts.
Yes.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah,
right.
completed Hogwarts. I am almost done with Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Right.
There's the one part, but it's a little too hard, and it's only because I skipped ahead.
Right.
Because there's that option where, like, hey, you go on this little vacation, and I
Right.
skipped ahead. Because it's like, oh, this can't be nothing other than, like, you take a break, and you do some running around and bullshit. And I'm like, oh, whatever, we'll see what this is. So I had to go back, because I didn't complete all of the tasks, so.
Right. And then you dipped into Valhalla.
Yes. I have mixed feelings. I like it
Right.
to an extent. I feel like maybe it's just because it's hard for me. I am used to Odyssey. I'm used to the controls.
Right.
The controls are pretty similar, but my spear has powers. It has enhancements. Versus in Valhalla, I don't have any of that.
Right.
And also, too, then it gives me an option to call for my army, for my people, but it doesn't always work. Where I'm like, hey, I'm calling for backup, essentially, like, yo, I need help.
Right.
And to, like, raid, but I don't know if I'm just not close enough to them. Or what, to where they can hear me. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm mixed feelings.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I know you also did a little bit of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah.
You said you weren't really feeling that one either.
Also, too, I just think it's because, like, I know I'm so far in the other one. I'm so far in Odyssey that I'm just like, I don't want to start from the beginning again.
But I mean, you seem to do okay with Valhalla, though. Valhalla, you started from the beginning. And
Yeah,
had,
no, I've leveled up a little bit, but I like the story to that one too.
Right.
The story is very.
I think that's what it is too.
It's the mythology behind it.
Right.
I like
If
that.
the story doesn't captivate you, I think you kind of lose interest.
Now,
in it.
I will say with the DLC for Origins, because that's when you're in Egypt.
Yes.
There's like mummied like pharaohs.
Right.
and I'm like, what?
So the supernatural aspect
It's
of
interesting.
Origins. Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I think also too, I just don't want to start too many of them, different Assassin's Creeds, without finishing
one or the other.
one first.
Right.
Because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm used to these controls, and I switch to another one. I'm like, I don't remember
Right.
any of these controls now. So I want to try to like
Also,
finish one before I continue with the other
right,
ones.
and we have to remember too, like The reason why I kind of like come to you now, like you're like the assassin guru now, apparently, because I've only played the first 3. After that, I don't know which ones come out first. Like I don't know if Odyssey came out first or like Valhalla came out before.
I think they all came out at the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, because again now
they did. Odyssey came out before Valhalla, only because I know this because, in Odyssey you are, the female,
right?
Not Cassandra, not the lady that I'm
the
going
girl
into.
In the future.
Yeah, so like the
one who goes into the machine.
Well, yeah, so I don't remember what it's called, but she's also in Valhalla.
Oh,
and I have
the
staff already.
Right, which you were given that in Odyssey.
At the end after Atlantis.
Right, now Origins, before
Atlantis,
you're just a man. You're the male role.
Yeah.
And I explained to you before when Assassin's Creed first started, you were just a guy.
Right.
Like there wasn't an option to pick again. Valhalla and Odyssey, you can pick between male or female gender. Or
the person you're going to become.
Right. The original 3, maybe 4 or 5 Assassin's Creeds, you didn't have an option of like picking a gender. You were just this guy. This guy was throughout the guy essentially in the future, the one that they're going to say, hey, go in this machine and visit your ancestors and do all that stuff and gain the information we need.
No, I didn't choose to be the girl going into the machine. That's just who I was.
Interesting.
I got to choose whether or not I was Cassandra or Alexios.
Oh, okay. Okay, now that makes more sense. So
Same thing with Valhalla. I didn't get to choose who was going in the machine. I got to choose who my ancestor was.
I thought you were able to pick both.
No.
Like once you started as the girl going into the machine, you can be the girl that you. Okay, very interesting. So that changes my whole aspect of Assassin's Creed because again, you started out as this guy. The first 3 games, you were this guy that goes into the machine. Same guy throughout all 3. But you go through different ancestors. So first it was Altair, then it was Ezio, and then it was someone else. I don't remember. But you kept going back, and it was the same guy. I'm guessing somewhere along the lines of the Assassin's Creed games, they transition it to where you are a girl now. Mm-hmm. Which is fine. But I just want to know, like, what happened to the guy. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, too, like, when the guy was going back in the machine, he wasn't going back as far as like you're going back now. You're going back to like Greece. You're going back to Egypt. You're going back to like the times of Vikings,
ancient history.
Yeah,
the start of civilizations.
Yes, which again, the first Assassin's Creed talked about Adam and Eve, and like bits and pieces of it as you play the game, you see them running from something and essentially escaping Eden, like they were fleeing Eden. So it's interesting that now they're trying to like tap into that part of the Assassin's Creed lore, which is pretty cool that they're doing that.
In Valhalla, I had someone teach me how to do the what is that, leap of faith?
Oh yeah. That's
I had someone
cool.
teach me how to do it.
Right.
But in Odyssey, I just knew how to do it.
Right.
I had to level that up. Like that got leveled up the more I did stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because again, in the first one, you were pretty much the assassin. Now they say, hey, let's go over your training, I believe. Or maybe the tutorial was like you outside of like the machine going through stuff. But I think in 4 you become the assassin, and I think 1 and 2 you already are the assassin, right. And you're essentially going through the motions. I think in 3 or 4, you're essentially a person coming into the role of the Assassin's Creed. And I know an old man in like this mansion house thing. He was, I guess, the previous assassin. He starts teaching you the stuff and like giving you the equipment that you need and telling you how to build them essentially. So there are some games in Assassin's Creed where you are just the assassin and that's what you do. And then like to get that familiarity again, you are being taught essentially
Right.
how to be the assassin. So not uncommon for the Assassin's Creed series. But I'm just more curious to see on like where that switch happened between the guy and the girl going into the machine happened. Now, going off of our best friend Phil, who's very much a Viking himself, kind of siding with you, like...
It literally looks like a Viking.
Yes.
He looks like some of the characters in Valhalla.
Yes, and he was highly disappointed with Valhalla. Said wasn't that good. He said Black Flag was great, which I want you to try that one. Piratey stuff. I love pirates. I may want to just like stop what I'm doing and watch you play that one because I am yes. And you're like, baby, I need help. I'm like, yes, I love pirate stuff, and I want to know if it's similar to like the other because I've played several pirate games. I played like Port Royal. I played Pirates Caribbean. I played a couple of things. Sea of Thieves. I played by myself. Wish I had people because it's a lot more. If you want a good co-op game and we want to be pirates, baby, Sea of Thieves. That's a game we can try out. But I'm interested to see the chronological order of what these games and how they're coming out because I'm assuming it's kind of like I think they're in order, but like the way they're going back in time isn't. Because again, the first games they start out where you're kind of like you're dealing with like knights and Templars and stuff like that, and then as you progress in the game, like in Assassin's 1, 2, and 3, you're going up the time. So again, like I told you, at some point between 1 and 4, you're meeting like Christopher Columbus and presidents and stuff like that, and the start of that whole thing, the revolution and whatever, and you're being a part of that. Versus now, they're going further past those times. Like ancient Egypt and like ancient Greece and stuff like that, and we're now to the point where like you went to Tartarus, in Odyssey.
I went to the Underworld. I went to where else did I go?
Oh, Islam.
Yeah, I went to Islam. I went I went to Atlantis.
Right.
Tartarus is in the Underworld.
Yes.
Tartarus is considered their it's like a big prison.
Right.
I didn't spend much time in there because there wasn't really much that I needed to do.
Right.
I just needed to get in there to do a couple things.
Yeah.
I got to help the ferryman.
Yeah.
On the River Styx, which is pretty cool. I got to essentially, he wanted to like find, because he wanted to help the people, which I thought was a pretty nice take.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, this is my job. Like,
Right.
if you don't have money, you don't pay me. You don't go nowhere.
Right.
He was like, no, like these people need to not be just like waiting here.
Right.
Someone stole from them. I had to go find that person, who it was. And then eventually he was just like, we couldn't get that back. But he was like, screw it. He's like, I'm just going to give them free rides. Like,
Right.
what's Hades going to do to me?
No.
He ain't going to have no one to do his job.
Right, because he needs me. Essentially, he needs me. But I'm interested to see in what...
I got to defeat Hades, which was pretty cool.
That was a tough fight.
Yeah,
it was.
it
That was because you were like, here. And I'm like, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. That was pretty tough. But between your brother in Odyssey and Hades, those were like the two... Those Cerberus wasn't that bad. I thought Cerberus would be a lot worse. He was not that bad. Medusa...
She was hard.
Yeah.
She was a hard
fight. She was hard. Only because of that stone thing.
Yeah.
That she does. But yeah. I want to say Medusa was harder than Hades.
Yeah.
Hades wasn't. Once I got like...
she's one of the hardest bosses.
Right. Once I got the rhythm down, Hades wasn't that bad to beat.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I needed that many tries to beat Hades.
No.
I think it was just I was able to like keep my pace.
Yeah.
I almost died a couple times, but like I was able to like heal up and whatever. But Medusa, I died several times.
Yeah.
Trying to defeat her. Yeah, she was hard. and the boar kept killing me.
Yeah, because he kept farting.
Yeah, that farts.
He's so
That
gross.
artsy boar.
Right, even the Minotaur wasn't that difficult.
No,
Minotaur was hard, but he wasn't that hard.
Yeah, no, he was. I died a couple times with him just because like he has that second phase you go through.
Yeah.
Where like the ring is smaller, but it turns out like, when you're in when it's actually smaller, people want to stay away, but it's like the key. Like I learned, getting closer to him helped.
Yeah.
I was able to dodge because then he stops throwing stuff at you, and of course arrows help.
Yeah.
So
always making sure you have those before you get in there.
yeah, I always burn 3 arrows. I'm sorry, but I'm interested to see in what like supernatural myths Valhalla is going to bring, because you have Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a big like, it's when the one chosen Viking goes against the gods.
Right.
And it's their downfall. It's the gods' downfall. Mm-hmm. And that's always been a big thing. Anytime you institute like Thor and Loki or any of the...
Right, and it's already so far, and I'm not very far into it.
Right.
Is, they've already mentioned Odin.
Yeah.
Like a shit ton.
Right.
And I've seen him.
Right.
Once.
That's cool.
I had to do... It doesn't show him like face to face, but it shows like hooded figure, and like you already know that's
right.
him. They reference.
Was there a raven?
Yes.
Yeah, that was him. That was our boy Odin. But these are some of the games we're going to be getting into more and more as we play, and we may also just like, again, we did with Grounded 2, just have a Fortnite special and just talk about these different games. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with this podcast, and we've talked about other stuff. There's a couple of games I do want to get into for Fortnite, just to kind of bring it around. One of the things I will be probably live streaming is a game created by Immediation Labs. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Revengers Become a Hero. That looks pretty good. I might start to live play that a little bit, give that a little spin, but yeah, we're gonna keep going with different live plays here. And again, all on TikTok mostly, tiktok.com/JETFpro, so you can catch us there doing live streams and stuff like that. And again, just gonna be doing more Fortnite stuff, keeping up with what's going on. Hopefully what is to come will be a special episode where we're going to have a discussion of Fortnite versus PUBG, because I know that's a big thing. That's a big rivalry between the games, Fortnite and PUBG. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's still kind of like a rival thing, because again, Fortnite has expanded its wings so much more beyond than just a drop-in game. And PUBG is still just, again, from my knowledge, a drop-in game. But again, I would be actually on with my two brothers. My second oldest brother swears by PUBG. That is his game. He's probably spent his whole life, several years on PUBG. Pretty much started playing it, I believe, when it first came out. But I'll definitely check that up with him. And my oldest brother has played the best of both worlds. He's not.
We've had him on the podcast.
Right, yeah. So Mr. Bayer, he's talked about Fortnite, and he's a gearhead, so he's more of like the cars and the mechanics and whatever. But he's dived into Fortnite and PUBG essentially because of his brothers. So me, Fortnite, and then of course his girlfriend's kids, and then of course PUBG, because my brother's like, hey, I want to hang out with you, and Mr. Bear's like, sure, let's do that, and he'll just play PUBG with him. I know we got into, me and Mr. Bear got into Division 2 a lot because it was a way to hang out. He's like, hey, this game's free on Xbox. You want to play it? I was like, cool. And he was already into it, whatever. And it's really strange because like he was explaining to slightly insulted, which hopefully if he listens to this, I was slightly insulted, bro, that he thought I knew like little to nothing about like RPG. He's like, oh, so like you gotta loot and you gotta like customize your things and you gotta switch out gear, and they go through different color codes. And I was like, let me guess, purple is the best. He goes, yeah, how'd you know that? I was like, Josh, I've played RPGs, and they're color-coded between, like, which ones are stronger. Even some of them, while you're playing them, in your inventory, you click on an item, what you already equipped will kind of, like, compare and contrast, and it'll tell you, hey, this equipment that you're looking at is higher, put that on. So, like, it'll give you, like, plus signs, or it'll be, like, green, or if it's lower, it'll be, like, all the numbers and the stats will be red to be like, hey, let you know we're comparing it to what you already have. This sucks. Don't put it on. Type of deal. Now there are different aspects to it of like, just because the stats are down doesn't mean the effects of the item are going to be the same. But that's something, you know, more RPG diving into and nerding out that I don't need to get into right now. So, but we are going to sign off, and I thank you guys for just joining us, and I can't wait to chat with you guys and on live streams and just hang out with us on this podcast. Anything else you want to kick off with?
Nope.
All right. Thank you for being my lovely co-host.
No problem.
And I can't wait for two things. Call of Cthulhu to watch you play that more.
I know.
Get you scared.
Yeah.
Get you
I'm
scared.
a little stiff where I'm at.
Oh,
only
snap.
because, like, there's like nurses on one side and there's like workers on the other, and I'm like, I gotta go in that door, but I also gotta go out that door, but I gotta go in this door because I need to get medicine for this guy so he could be my distraction.
I help you.
Yeah, he's like, but I can't pick the lock. The lock's too hard for me to pick, so I gotta find something to get in that lock.
Or someone.
Whether it's I gotta get a key. Or but I gotta figure out how to get in that storage closet so then I can get that guy his sleeping pills so then he can be the distraction for me.
Spoiler.
So I can get out.
Should have said it before. But yeah, I should say in the beginning of this podcast, this podcast contains spoilers for other games. Not for Fortnite, though.
Yeah, because I don't care. I will ruin it.
But yeah. But we're signing off. Take care, guys, and we will catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to the S4Night Radio podcast. Catch us on our Facebook at facebook.com/JATF podcast. Also, join us on the Fumbling Forward Discord network so you can keep updated with everything Fortnite and everything going on with us. I am Samurai once again. Peace out. Catch you guys later.